Hi, I'm Donna and I'm here with my friend Ruby, and we're going to talk about body handling, and we're going to go over a few things that I have in my little pet first aid / grooming kit. So handling a dog is really important. So getting them used to being touched, their paws, their feet, everywhere, and making sure that they know that it's an okay thing, and that happens in puppyhood. And so what you want to do is the touch and treat exercise. Basically have some of their food. This is Ruby. She's already for me, so I'm feeding her. I'm going to look at her ears. What I'm looking for is to make sure they're dry, number one, because if they're wet, what happens is yeast or bacteria grow, and then you've got ear infection. And your floppy-eared dogs are more susceptible to that rather than the ones like maybe a German Shepherd that their ears stick out. So keep them dry, clean. You want to just do a dry tissue. If your vet gives you a solution to use, that's fine. But even if they just get out in the rain, but certainly if they go in some water, you want to dry them out. So nice and dry. Paws. So Ruby's giving me a good paw here. So we want to make sure their nails are trimmed. So their nails actually have the blood vessel in them, and it's called the quick. And if you cut that, they bleed, and they bleed a lot. And so if you plan on cutting your own dog's nails, I would suggest you have a groomer or the vet show you how to do it first. If they're black, it's really hard to tell where the quick is. So what you can do is just get an emery board and file them down in between time. Again, treating the whole time. Some people use a Dremel, an actual power tool. And then you can also too, if you're scared, you can use some clippers if they're small enough. But there's a couple products I have here. One is styptic powder, and the other is blood stopper gel. Because if you happen to nick that blood vessel, it's going to bleed a lot. You have to actually clot it. And so you need a product to be able to clot the blood vessel. In a pinch, you can use cornstarch or flour, and you got to hold on to it really tight. All right, so we have ears, we have paws. Make sure the eyes are always clear, there's nothing goopy in them. And let's talk about teeth. All right, Miss Ruby, you gonna take a look. Oh, she's got a lot of baby teeth. They do fall out. So her first teeth, so you may find them, you may not. She may swallow them, and that's fine. She will pass them. But once you get your regular teeth, you do have to brush them. That's why your vet always recommended some crunchy food to get the tartar off naturally. But in between time, there's doggy toothpaste. You cannot use human toothpaste, that is toxic. So you want to take a little bit. This is peanut butter flavor, Miss Ruby. So you can put just a little bit on your finger and then dab it and just get her used to sort of massaging her gums. And then what I suggest is these little finger things that you can really get in there with. You can use a toothbrush for sure, and usually the package they sell you at the pet store has this, the toothbrush and the finger thing. So a lot of dogs, if you don't brush their teeth by the age of 3, they're the beginnings of dental disease. And dental disease causes other things. So just to have your dog's teeth cleaned at the vet will cost you around $800 or so plus dollars just to have a cleaning. That's not extractions. And I've seen a lot of dogs in the shelters over the years who have a lot of teeth pulled, and they have some systematic ailments because of all the bacteria in their mouth. So, other things. We have ears, eyes, nails, very good. Paws. You need to wipe up their paws. In the wintertime here, we're going to have some salt on our roads. You need to be able to wipe the paws off. But also in the summertime, if you go out and it's a hot day, put the back of your hand on the pavement, and if you can't stay there for 5-10 seconds, that means the pavement is too hot for your dog to walk on. Okay. And the last thing too is really being held. So I have Ruby up here on this table because through most of a dog's life, unless they're a large breed, they're going to be on an examining table or grooming table. So getting them used to the height, but also getting them used to be held. So I'm going to scoot around here for a second and show you how your vet tech may come and hold your pup. So you're going to be around here. So I'm going to do this and that. Good girl. And I'm going to give her a cookie. I see a lot of dogs throughout the years that they're okay until you actually restrain them. So getting them used to that is a good thing. What you want to note though is if your dog is resistant to any one of these things, you have to back up, take a minute to pause, and go through it a little bit slower. You don't want to just grab a paw. Lastly, I want to talk about ticks. This is the area for ticks. Consult your vet as to what product to use for ticks, but get yourself a good tick remover. If you're just using tweezers, you're risking just squeezing the tick out and having all that blood burst. So something like this, I got this at LB, something that goes scoops under the tick and lifts out, so you get the whole thing. Really, really important. And you always want to sort of get your dog a once over. Every night with my dog, I figure out, okay, what bump is, just part of their anatomy, or is that something really, really weird or dangerous, whether it's just a spot. You want to make sure you know your dog's body. So I think, once a day, just giving your dog a once over, making sure, especially, when they're young, making sure that, when you are holding them, that it's a positive experience. Good job, Ruby. Thank you.